Hello everybody, this is Wyatt Reese from QH Ranch Outdoors, and if a lot of you don't know me, just short bio, I'm a big hunting and fishing, trapping fanatic. I shoot a lot of trap and skeet. I love hunting and fishing. I've hunted in a lot of areas, northern Wisconsin, fly fished in Montana. I do a lot of different fishing, a lot of different hunting. If you guys want me to tell you more about it, just put it in the comments below and I'll do it. But I've been getting a lot of emails lately on my Gmail account from adults that want me to do a video on different kind of ice fishing rods, and I said, why not just do ice fishing rods? Why not I just do a whole segment on ice fishing? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do different segments on jigs, equipment, augers, just different kind of stuff for ice fishing. Then I'm going to be doing some out in the field kind of stuff at one of my local lakes. I live right next to a lake, which is kind of a convenience. So yeah, I'm going to get started on talking about some rods that I like and their pros and cons. So let's get started. The first and most basic rod is what I like to call a stick rod. It consists of this little line holder right here, and I have a jig right there, as you can see, that little yellow thing, and I have a spring bobber at the top of it, which is right about here. And this is really basic. I mean, the maximum depth for this kind of rod, I use this into 0 to 35 feet of water. So I see the maximum depth for this kind of rod is 35 feet. Great for panfish, but it's a panfish only rod. I usually catch bluegills and crappies on this. Not a lot of perch, but this is an excellent rod, and all you gotta do is just unravel it from here and get it down your hole, and then just start jigging. And this is not a reel-in rod. You don't take the string and wrap it around here to reel it up. You just set it down and you hand line. You just hand line your line up, and then you take the fish out of the hole, and then you put your jig back in the hole. So this is not, and I repeat, is not a reeling-in rod. You hand line the fish, and let me tell you, hand lining the fish is really exciting, but you just gotta make sure you don't get your string all tangled up. Now let's move to the second rod. This is the Schoolie rod, invented in Greenville, Michigan. This is another one of my favorite pan fishing rods. This is not a big game fishing rod, but it is a pan fishing rod. It consists of this spring bobber right up here, and it's not like a spring bobber where it has a spring on it. This is like a little, really thin metal wire, and it has a little kickstand, not a kickstand, but it's a tripod, and you can see my jig on there. And it has this drag thing, so when you loosen it up, this gets looser to let your line down. And I'm gonna give a little tip for this kind of rod. What you want to do with these kind is, I know there's a reel on it, but the best thing to do with these kind of rods is to hand line it in again. And hand lining is just as fun as reeling it in. But I like hand lining fishing, so what I do is when I have my Velexar all set up, I adjust this so I can get it off the spool so the tension's not as tight, and I can see my Velexar where it's right about to hit bottom. Then when it hits bottom, I tighten it up, I reel up a little bit, and I just start jigging like this. I just start jigging, and then when I see this little thing bump like that, I got a bite, and I just hand line them up. I just set it down on the ice with this little tripod there, and I catch my fish, put it back in the hole, and put my jig back in the hole. So this is what I like to consider a hand lining rod. But that's what you got there. So you just tighten that up to just tighten up this reel so it's not as, loose. So when you get a bite and when you hook it, the line doesn't just spool off this rod. So let's move on to the third rod. This is the Zebco hot ice rod. You see a lot of modern ice fishermen using these kind of rods. What I like to do with these kind of rods is I use a Pflueger open-faced reel. I'm going to tell you why these kind of reels aren't good, and I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, so I've noticed in comparison between fishing with this kind of reel and that kind of reel. And I've noticed that this kind of reel really gets stuck up a lot, really gets frozen inside. I don't know how to explain it, but this part jams up and ice packs in there really well. And you can tell I took the line off it and stuff. I took my spring bobber off the top. And just don't get these kind of reels. They are not good. You'll see most professional ice fishermen with open face reels, kind of like the Fluger I have right here. But don't use these kind of reels. They are just not that good. They get frozen, jammed, bird's nest, everything. So to this, I will keep the rod. The rod is good. But to this kind of reel, I'll just freaking chuck it. I don't care. But these are very nice. You can see I equipped this one with a spring bobber on top. I got a mud buster jig on it. And I just have my Fluger reel. This is a 4-system Fluger. And it's very nice. And I'm going to go through all the pros and cons of each rod at the end. But overall, I think this is a really nice rod. This is another rod that you can use. On the Schoolie is about, I'd say, a 50-foot max depth. This thing can be 60 foot and up if you want it to be. That's a bit of a stretch, but you can do that. With my stick rod, 35 feet max right here. I'll show you that one more time. With this stick rod, that would be a 35-foot max on that. With my Schoolie, let's just move on to the next rod. Finally, the Swish Rod. The Swish Rod was invented in Toma, Wisconsin. The Swish Rod is a nice fishing rod that can function as a tip-up for walleye, pike, lake trout, and other large game fish, but can function as a panfish rod too. This rod I use in Monona, Wisconsin. I fish at a depth at around 60 feet with this thing. So this is a deep lake fishing rod right here. This is 60 feet and up. Definitely an exception. Definitely. So the Swish Rod is a stationary tip-up. Now with this Swish Rod, I took the flag off of this. And the Swish Rod comes in 2 different sizes. You have this, this is called the Swish Rod Original, but it usually has a flag right here. So on my video, in a little bit, you'll be seeing 2 pictures of 2 kinds of Swish rods, but they'll have flags right here. Now, I'm a real hands-on kind of fisherman, so I took the flag off so I can have more contact of it and not just wait for the flag to go up to tell me there's a fish on. I fish with contact, always in my hand. But here's the second size, and I'll be bringing that up in a little bit. Here's the second size Swish rod. These are smaller. In the smaller sizes, they do not come equipped with a flag. So that's another interesting part of the smaller kinds of Swish rods. So they're more of a hands-on kind of rod. So let's talk more about the big Swish rod. Okay, so the Swish rod has a 2-legged stand prop. The rod holds the rod tip from above the hull. The line spool, there's 2 sizes. Reliable drags allow you to set tension for released line. A tip-up flag clips to the rod, hooks under the spool, and releases the flag when a fish takes the bait. The spool revolves smoothly as the fish takes the line out. So this revolves when the fish takes the line out. So here is that 2-legged prop stand they were talking about, right here. And you can flip them down, or you can flip it back up. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Swish rod. There you go. You can have a flag right there for the tip-up. Line goes through there. Oh, and one more thing. With the Swish rod, the smartest thing to do is to get this copper weight. A lot of your sportsman dealers that deal ice fishing equipment will have these kind of things. These are weights that are weighted like this. You tie the string onto this end, this little end right here, and you tie the string onto the other end, and you about a foot of line down, you tie your hook on and put your bait on. But these copper weights are really successful for these Swish rods because you need your line to be down there as quick as possible when the fish move through. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the Swish rod. Hello everybody, you've heard my spiel about every single rod. These are the 4 basic rods that I use, and I'm just going to go through each one telling you each of their depth, and that's about it. And if you guys want me to name off the pros and cons of each one, just say that in the comments below and I'll give you a list of them. So let's go. Maximum depth with this rod is 35 feet. Maximum depth 45 feet. Maximum depth 60 feet. Big game to panfish rod, maximum depth
60 and plus feet.
Hey, and everyone, thanks again for watching my video. If you guys want to subscribe to me, you can. If you do subscribe to me, you guys will be seeing a lot of more hunting videos, fishing videos, fly fishing, everything. I do a lot of that kind of stuff, so you guys will be in a lot of videos on that. My out in the field videos will be more high quality because I have a better camera. This is on a tablet right now. And my out in the field camera is a Canon, so it's a really sharp picture. But hey, if you guys want me to name the pros and cons of each one, I can. If you guys want me to go more deeper into detail, just say it in the comments below, and I'll give you guys a comment back saying everything more specific if you guys can find this video more specified. But hey, can you guys just give me your guys' honest opinion? I always love opinions. If they're bad or good, I just need to hear them so I can work better on my game. So thank you guys for watching this video, and bye. Oh, and I totally forgot to say this. Stay tuned for my next video. I'll be talking about jigs and different kind of rigs you guys can set up. So just stay tuned for that if you guys want to subscribe and watch that. So thank you. QH Ranch Outdoors out.